A special thank to Professor Dr. Jayadi ma'am who gave me an opportunity to express the view of the theme right to education and quality education. Being a student of law, when we go through the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, we all know this is the brainchild of the incidents took place in the Second World War. Lady Roosevelt played a very important role to frame the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Fortunately, when the 10th of December in 1948, Universal Human Rights Declaration took place, at the time of the Indian Constitution was in progress. So the impact of UDHR is also reflect on the Indian Constitution, specifically under Article 45 of the Directive Principle of State Policies. But the question is that we have to understand, being a intellectual forum or being a intellectual member of any group or organizations, what the UDHR said. Article 26, Clause 1 of UDHR state that everyone has right to education. Education shall be free, at least in the elementary education, shall be compulsory, technical and professional education shall be made generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to on the basis of merit. So I personally feel as a student of law that this declaration of 26 clause 1 focus to literate the mass, the population of any country rather than the educate. Because it clearly mandates that the higher education, technical education should be accessible and as per the pocket of the parents. The same articles is borrowed under Article 45 of the Indian Constitution, in which it is mentioned as a directive, principle of state policies as a one of the directives. It reveals that as and when the governments deem fit, then they can make a right as per their resources, as per their availability of the schools, teachers, etc. Later on, there are a lot of case laws from Mohini Jain to Unni Krishnan and all that. I'm not going to detail on that case laws. But I would like to mention over here about the 86th Constitutional Amendment, by which Article 21A added to a right to education. One of the fundamental duties is also added, which is also taken from the UN Charter, Article 26, Clause 3. Later on, 2010, Right to Education Act enact and enforce. So this is a paradigm shift from Article 45 to Right to Education since 1949 to 2010. But it is, the right to education is available only to the free and compulsory up to the certain age limit. That age limit, particularly in semi-urban areas, rural areas, it is restricted only up to literate the human being rather than the educated. Friends, you might be differentiate between the educated and the literate persons. Lot of persons have a degree, they may be called as illiterate, but they are not educated. That difference we must be understand. So far as other part is concerned, quality education, what would be the parameter of the quality education? How it will be imparted? Is there any guidelines to maintain the quality education? I remember the Higher Education Commission was framed under the chairmanship of one of the greatest intellect, Sam Pitroda, who give the detailed report about the higher education studies. But we all know that Sam Pitroda reports open the vista for the private educations, for the higher studies. Lot of universities mushrooming over here and there. But what they are imparting so far is quality educations. They collect the data, information to get the accreditations from NAC or some other accrediting agencies. What is the reality? What is the practicability? That is entirely different. So if we really want to implement the quality educations, we must do some positive steps in favor of fix the parameters, and there must be some agencies, supervising agencies, monitoring agencies who monitors regularly whether the particular institutions, organization, university impart the quality education, maintain the quality education or not. Until this will not happen, nothing can change. So right now we have to think about the practicability rather than the theoretical approach. There are so many things with regard to theory. There are so many, speakers speak about that. But we have to do something practical, something reality, something we have to be, performs, deliver. So deliverance part is very, very important rather than the theoretical part. I have so many things which I want to be discuss and share with you, but just because the session is late and already the Master of Ceremony said we have a limited time, so just I sum up with this and leave a questions to all of you. You think about how to maintain the quality education and what would be the parameter of quality education to impart by any educational institute. Thank you very much.